all these years of their baseball careers. It's exciting for them to be here and be honored tonight. All those parents are part of the Rattler Booster Club that make all of this happen. The baseball boosters supporting everything that goes on and bringing everything Rattler baseball alive for Rattler Nation, and we're excited to bring that to you. So tonight will be a 2-camera setup. We got our camera behind home plate and one at center field. There's a honors and awards ceremony going on at San Marcos High School, and we're super proud that a lot of our students in our digital communication program are earning those awards, and so we're short on cameras and some of our staff, but we brought in some junior high help. We have a junior high person, Macy, here to help us behind the plate, and we're going to bring you all the action as Rattler baseball is ready to start here on the Rattler Up Network. All right, so leading off for Buda Johnson, number 3, left fielder Gannon Plummer. He'll get the action started for the Jaguars. All right, first pitch of the game. Misses for a ball. Plummer in district so far is batting .250 with a .448 on-base percentage. Here's the 1-0. That ball misses high, 2-0. Plummer leads the team in district play with 9 walks, so he definitely gets on base. He's patient at the plate, doesn't strike out a lot, so you're going to have to throw strikes to him to get him out here. That one misses up 3-0 now. All right, so falls behind early this first batter. Plummer certainly going to probably take here, looking to advance, get a leadoff runner on. So put one down this plate and work from 3-1. That's the hope here as Javi delivers the 3-0. If that one misses, it'll be a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. And that'll bring up number 22, their third baseman, Brinley Oaks. Oaks has the most at-bats for the Jaguars in district play. Leads the elite team as well with 11 runs scored. So has an opportunity to get the Jaguars on the board first here. He did square around before that throw over to first. Squared around, looking to advance Plummer to second, get him into scoring position for shortstop Selvin Garrett. All right, he checks over to first. Here's the pitch. That one's there for a strike. 0-1. All right, continues to check Plummer at first, but we'll get the 0-1 here. Breaking ball finds it. Javi finds himself ahead in the count, 0-2. Jaguars have Garrett and Montijo on deck and in the hole. Timeout called at the plate. Throw over to first, not in time. Again, as we mentioned, working with a 2-camera setup. Also dealing with some rain. We've got some students out at an awards ceremony, so we appreciate junior high help behind one of the cameras here so we can still bring you live Rattler baseball. That pitch misses bad. Behind the bat, almost hit the bat though. And we 1-2. Again, this is a live production from the digital communications program. This is a pilot this year. We hope to bring you all sorts of different action from Rattler Nation, from sports to fine arts and other events, as we continue to learn and figure out how to use the equipment and how to teach the kids how to use the equipment, how to put the graphics together and all the things that they can do there. As that ball's hit into center field, Elijah Ramirez is under it for the catch. And there's one out in the inning. All right, with one down, the Jaguars will turn to their shortstop, number 12, Selvin Garrett. Selvin's a .222 hitter in district play with a .308 on-base percentage and a .333 slugging. Selvin definitely has the ability to bunt. He's got some speed. We'll see what the Jaguars would like to do here with one out in the inning. Ball not there, so ball one. Catcher Ricky Montijo on deck for the Jaguars. Plummer still remains at first, getting a healthy lead out to that first cut of grass. Here's the pitch. Misses inside, falls behind 2-0. A little bit of an overcast night here. Flags blowing, the wind blowing out to left field. Not particularly strong, but it's got gusts for sure. Could give some trouble to those left and center fielders. That ball's fouled out of play, 2-1. That's been the name of the game for the Rattlers so far this season. Lots of wind out to left here at Rattler Field. We played in some gusts. We played in some storms. With a threat of rain, but still able to avoid too much of the wet stuff. A quick throw over to first. Almost gets him. Ball gets away, however. Runner's going to advance to second. They will not make the throw down, or they do now, but he is there, so Plummer will advance to second on the error. And now Garrett with a 2-1 count and a runner in scoring position with a one out early here in the top of the first for the Jaguars. All right. That pitch misses. It'll go 3-1. Plummer gets a lead a little bit more. Charlie Helgeson holding him on at second. Here's the pitch. It's there for a strike. That'll load the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So a big at-bat here early in the first inning. Full count, 1 out. Runner in scoring position here for the Jaguars. Javi Hernandez faces Selvin Garrett. Here's the pitch. The ball's hit up the middle. Helgeson is on it. Throw to first. Got him. Plummer will advance to third, but Garrett is retired. And there are 2 outs in the inning. All right, that brings up catcher number 20, Ricky Montijo. Ricky batting .375 with a team leading .667 slugging. Also leads the team with 9 hits and 11 RBI. Does have 1 home run this season, so dangerous at bat here as that pitch is outside for a ball. Dangerous hitter. They're one of their top hitters here in this cleanup spot. He's got a runner at third, but 2 outs. Rattler's looking to get the batter here and get out of this tough first inning. Here's the 1-0. Pitch misses. It'll be 2 balls and no strikes. Montijo stands back in the box, right up on the plate, trying to take that inside away from Javi. That pitch is there for a strike, 2-1. Montijo, known as a pretty aggressive hitter, so he's going to go after anything he sees he can hit here. Although he lays off that one, and he's worked the count 3-1 now. If he keeps the inning alive, center fielder Thomas Schabel is up for the Jaguars on deck. Plummer still at third, looking to come in. 2 outs and a 3-1. That ball's grounded over to third. Gamboa's on it. A high hopper. It's going to be a difficult throw, but he makes it. So Gamboa to Cole Wiatrick at first base, and the Rattlers get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on for the Jaguars. We're through half of 1 inning. We're just getting started here at Rattler Field. Rattler Baseball continues on the Rattler Up Network. We're back for the bottom of the first here from Rattler Field. Jaguars unable to score in the top half of the inning, so we head to the bottom of the first for the Rattlers. And the Rattlers will be facing number 25, Anderson Burnt, for the Jaguars. Anderson, a 6'5" senior, got a tough breaking pitch, rarely walks. He's got great command. So an imposing feature out there on the mound at 6'5", and that'll be the task. First up for the Rattlers, sophomore number 4, center fielder Elijah Ramirez. Bottom of the first is underway with a ball 1-0. Elijah batting .338 for the season, on base .526. Great kid for the leadoff spot here, and that's who you want to get on and get going here. That ball catches the corner for a strike, 1-1. This is Elijah's 96th plate appearance, which leads the Rattlers this season. That ball's fouled into the screen. He falls behind 1-2. Great patience shown at the plate often by Elijah here. If he gets on, he's got speed, 8 stolen bases. So a great way to get started here if Elijah can get on. 1-2. Foul back to the screen. Doing a great job protecting the plate there with 2 strikes. Wind still going out to left field. Died down just a little bit. As we mentioned, kind of gusting at times. So left side of the infield will have to have fun with that. Here's the 1-2 again. Foul it off and keep staying alive. Elijah going to make the Jaguar pitcher, Burnt, throw more pitches. That's all he makes for a good at-bat here. Burnt with only 4 innings pitched so far in district play. That ball misses. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty quick pace here by the Jaguar pitcher. Goes into the signs and the pitch. Foul back and out of play again. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Elijah Ramirez. Shortstop Trace Munoz waiting on deck for the Rattlers to get a little rally going here in the bottom of the first. Here's a 2-2. That one misses. So he fell behind, but he's worked himself back into a full count here, doing exactly what a leadoff man should do. Forced the count 3-2, and here's a big first inning pitch here. Got him swinging. Strike 3. Elijah goes down. Strikeout number 1 for Anderson Burnt. And shortstop Trace Munoz will take his shot now. Trace, we know, missed a lot of the season with a hand injury. We were so excited to get him back in the lineup. He's made such a difference at shortstop. It's been amazing to watch. Now looking to see if he wants to add a little something at the plate here as he takes that pitch for a ball. If he can get on, designated hitter Jack Vasquez will have the task of bringing him around. Oh, and that one hits him. So they will get the lead, a runner on here as Trace Munoz makes his way down to first on a hit by pitch. And that will bring up number 6, DH Jack Vasquez. All right, Coach Webb. Coach Gonzalez out to check on Trace now, make sure he's all right. Trainer out to talk to him as well here. You know, this is final regular season game. Trace wants to stay in there, but the athletic trainers and our coaches always, of course, going to have player safety first in mind. But the clearance is given, so Trace will stay on at first base, and Vasquez will now face Burnt here in the bottom of the first. Vasquez batting .475. He's getting on base at a .566 clip. Some great numbers for the sophomore. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Trace at first. In just a handful of games he's been back, he already does have a stolen base, so he's definitely got the legs for it. He's out to that first cut of the grass. As that ball's grounded to first, first baseman has it, trying to shuffle over to the pitcher, who drops it. So the stumble caused the double play to go out of hand, and then when they threw over, the pitcher could not hold on, so Jack Vasquez reaches on an error. Trace Munoz heads to second, and right fielder Landon Munoz has 2 runners on with 1 out. One of those tough positions for a scorekeeper. Tough ground ball, tough catch. An E has to go somewhere, but for the Rattlers, all that matters is we got 2 runners on and Landon Munoz batting. Anderson Burnt checks both runners, goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Misses for a ball. Munoz, a junior for the Rattlers, batting .312 with a .360 on base. He's played in as many games as any other Rattler this season. And that ball up the middle, shortstop had a chance, fumbles it, not able to make a play. What could have been an inning-ending double play ends up loading the bases. So back-to-back errors for the Jaguars, and the Rattlers are in business. The bases are loaded for the catcher, Colson Giese. Such a tough spot for a young pitcher, Anderson Burnt. He's a senior, he's seen a lot, but again, it's tough when you make the pitch, you get the hit that they want, but the double play isn't able to happen. And now the Rattlers, with just 1 out, have the bases loaded, and Colson looking to drive some Rattlers in here. First pitch to Giese, swing and a miss for a strike. Colson, .242 hitter, slugging .409. Behind 0-1 here. Steps out. Pitcher Burnt has definitely slowed the pace down since these runners have gotten on for the Rattlers. There's the 0-1. Not there. Evens it up at 1 apiece. Giese also plays football. He's in culinary arts. As we've mentioned before, wants to be perhaps a DPS officer when he graduates. He's a junior right now. Faces a 1-1 count in the bottom of the first. He flares that one out in the left field. Shortstop Garrett is there, and he's able to make the catch for 2 outs in the inning. And on senior night, our first senior in the lineup, third baseman Mason Gamboa makes his way to the plate. All right, Mason Gamboa, chance here to drive in some runs on senior night. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And Anderson Burnt for the Jaguars has a huge opportunity to get out of a dangerous bottom of the first if he can get this final out. But instead he hits the batter, almost took the words out of my mouth. Gamboa hit by pitch 10 times to this season. That's the 11th time he's been hit. And it's going to bring Trace Munoz in to score, and the bases will remain loaded for Cole Wiatrick. Cole taking care of first base tonight for the Rattlers. .286 average, .362 on base. Same thing here, bases loaded, 2 outs, looking to extend a 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss for a strike. I think even here with Burnt, with the way this inning is going, with a couple of errors and a couple of almost get out, if he could get out of the inning only allowing 1 run, you got to think he's still feeling pretty good going back to that Jaguar dugout. That ball into center field. Shable's under it. And he makes the catch to retire the side.
He dropped it.
So the Rattlers do score a run on a couple of Jaguar errors, and after 1 inning, the Rattlers lead 1-0. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. All right, we're 1 inning down in a District 29 6A matchup here at Rattler Field. The Rattlers taking on the Buda Johnson Jaguars. Rattlers enjoying an early 1-0 lead for the Jaguars. Shable, Burnt, and Beacom coming up to bat. The 5, 6, 7 slots in the lineup. We're going to stick with the home plate camera tonight, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Very proud of a lot of our staff and our kids that are running these programs for the digital communications program that are taken away to an awards ceremony tonight. Left us a little short-handed. We're having some technical difficulties, but while we work those out, as that pitch is there for a strike, 0-1. As we work those issues out, the camera being manned by junior high student Macy Odom will take care of us at the home plate, so all the action is on your screen, and we'll let you see what happens with Rattler baseball all night long. That ball's fouled up and out of play. So Shable falls behind 0-2. Javi Hernandez, the pitcher for the Rattlers. Faced 4 batters in the first inning. Good first inning of work. Right back on it here at 0-2. That was just a bit high, so 1-2. So Shable, a .333 hitter as he fouls that one off. .250 on-base percentage. Made the final out in the bottom of the first on a fly ball to him in center field. DH is on deck for the Jaguars. Here's the 1-2. Lets that one go to even the count at 2 apiece. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter in the top of the second. Fouls it off to stay alive. The pitcher for the Jaguars on deck, looking to help himself out. Would love to have a base runner that could do that. That shot into left field, and that's exactly what he's going to get. Base hit to left field. So Shable gets the first hit of the game for the Jaguars. And as mentioned, number 25, senior Anderson Burnt, will come to the plate now to help his own cause. All right, Anderson. 5 hits, he scored 6 runs. He's driven in 5 this season. He's got some pop. Throw over to first, not in time. First baseman Cohen Beacom on deck for the Jaguars if they continue this rally. And pitch misses for a ball. So again, we talked earlier on, we're excited about the chance to win second place in district. Although our playoff slot is matched up, we have a date next week with Laredo Alexander. As the runner goes, ground ball to Gamboa at third. He fumbles it, no throw. The hit and run was on. The double play would not happen, but Gamboa not able to hold on to it to at least get the play at first. And so 2 runners are on now for first baseman Cohen Beacom. Cohen been able to take pitches to get on base, a .353 average, a .414 on base percentage. Prime opportunity for the Jaguars early in the game here with 2 on and no outs. Here's the first pitch to Beacom. He squares around a bunt. Not able to do so, so it's 0-1. Jaguars playing some Rattler baseball. Get the runners on, move them across, drive them in. Gamboa staying back behind the bag at third. Weatrick in the grass at first. Middle infield in double play depth. He gets that bunt laid down, but foul. So he falls behind 0-2. Now typically you see 2 strikes, you'll see the bunt turned off, but In a situation like this, again, both these teams gearing up for their bi-district crown. Wouldn't be surprised to see the bunt still back on, although Weatrick backs off behind the bag, so the Rattlers are not expecting that to happen here. 2 on, 0-2 count with no outs to Cohen Beacom. He takes that pitch high for a ball, 1-2. Right fielder Parker George waits on deck for the Jaguars. All right, Javi likes the signs. And here's the 1-2. Ball's hit left center field. Elijah Ramirez tracking it, not able to get there. Falls between him and Nate Blonda. Throw comes into the cutoff. Runner will come around, and it'll be a double for Beacom. It'll drive in Shable, and the Jaguars have tied the game at 1 apiece. The ball was hit directly, or off the bat, more to center field. It certainly drifted quite a bit. So the wind that the flags are showing might not be nearly as strong as it actually is, as that ball ended up falling between Elijah and Blonda out and left. Both were absolutely charging at the balls. So now runners at second and third. Parker George, the batter for the Jaguars. Tie ball game, one run apiece, and that ball's flared into right field. Landon Munoz charging on it, stops it, gets a throw to the plate, and gets him for the out. Unbelievable effort there by the Rattlers on defense. Landon Munoz dives, lays out, not able to make the catch. It hops into his glove, but he knows he's got to come up throwing. Burnt, of course, had to hold up because he had to see if it was caught. When he went ahead and tried to take and make an advancement, Landon had the gun on and makes the throw to get the play at the plate. So 1 out for the Rattlers here in the top of the second. 1-1 ball game, runners at the corners. Luke Levasseur, the batter, he takes that one for a ball. All right, middle infield. Trace Munoz and Charlie Helgeson in double play depth. Looking for that ground ball to get him out of the inning here. Javi goes into the windup and the pitch. Squares around a bunt, but takes that pitch for a strike now. Levasseur now with a 1-1 count. If the Jaguars can continue the inning here, they'll go back to the top of the order. George at first. Big lead, wanting to do anything he can to stop that double play. Fake over to third and a throw back to first, not in time. He definitely had George leaning. That might take a step or two off that lead, which is huge, and it does. All right, he extends himself a little bit. All right, so ball 2 here, 2-1 to Levasseur. One out here, top of the second. Runner goes. Throw back to the pitcher. They allow him to take second. So it'll be 3-1 now to Levasseur. Runners at second and third, 1 out. George took himself out of that double play, which is really helpful here as the Jaguars look to take the lead. That ball's fouled up and out of play, and the count goes full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. All right, here's a big pitch early in the game here. Ground ball, Trace Munoz is on it. Throws, long throw over to first. Weatrick had to stretch for it. Not able to hold on, so it's going to drive in another run. The Jaguars now take a 2-1 lead. Top of the order, Gannon Plummer now Up for the Jaguars. He also now has a chance with runners at the corners and 1 out. He reached on a walk in the first. Fouls that one out of play to the left side, 0-1. Plummer batting .250 this season with a .448 on-base percentage. Jaguars have scored 2 in the inning to take a 2-1 lead. Here's Javi Hernandez's pitch. Umpire does not like it. We'll go 1-1. Parker George, the runner at third. Luke Levasseur, the runner at first. Gannon Plummer, the batter. Here's the 1-1. Squares around a bunt. He drops it down. Gamboa able to get it. Slips on the turf there. No throw at first. The run will come around. And the Jaguars take a 3-1 lead. So Luke Levasseur on second was not able to advance on that as he had to kind of watch where the play was developing. Plummer will stay at first now, and Brinley Oaks, who flied out to center in the first, is now batting. He grounds that one foul for a strike. Jaguars up 3-1 early. Here top of the second, this District 29 6A matchup. Both teams headed to the playoffs. The Rattlers will meet Laredo Alexander next week in a 3-game series. That ball misses. 1-1. Brinley Oaks batting .240 this season, a .280 slugging, .359 on-base percentage. So he's getting on base a lot. He's got 2 RBIs waiting for him if he can drive them in and extend this 3-1 Jaguar lead. He hits that one into right field. Landon Munoz is on it, and he gets it. Throw down to third. A heck of a throw. Got him! Landon Munoz drifting all the way down the foul line to make the catch in the first place. Runner is tagging at second. What may have been a routine tag up instead becomes a double play, and Landon Munoz gets them out of the inning, but the Jaguars do score 3, and after 1.5, the Jaguars lead the Rattlers 3-1. Keep it here on the All right, we're back in the bottom of the second inning. Rattlers down 3-1 to the Buda Johnson Jaguars. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we're kind of on a skeleton crew, technical issues here. So our center field camera we've lost contact with. So our fearless leader, Mr. Weslasik, is going to go out and take care of that for us. We're going to stay with this home plate camera, excuse me. And so I'll keep you up to date with the scoreboard down until we can get that back up. So for the Rattlers, left fielder Nate Blanda takes that for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to the senior on senior night. Blanda would love to get on and get a rally going here for the Rattlers here in the second. Takes that pitch for a strike, 2 balls and a strike. Charlie Helgeson waits on deck for the Rattlers, and then we'll go back to the top of the order. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and a strike 3. So 1 out in the inning. 2 strikeouts for Anderson Burnt. And we'll go to second baseman Charlie Helgeson, the junior. Helgeson squares around a bunt, pulls back, but takes the pitch for a strike, 0-1. Charlie, a .380 on-base percentage this season. He's walked 16 times. Would love anything to get him on base here. That one's fouled back here. Heads up in the concession stand. Almost got a souvenir baseball there. Charlie falls behind 0-2. As we mentioned on every broadcast, we're proud to have him on our digital communications program. So he can't deliver the broadcast, but he can deliver a shot to left field, drifting over, and makes the catch. Helgeson got absolutely every bit of that one, but Plummer in left field was game, runs it down and makes the catch, and there are 2 outs in the inning. And the Rattlers go to the top of the order with Elijah Ramirez. Elijah struck out in the first. Looking to start a 2-out rally for the Rattlers, something they're very familiar with so far this season. That pitch is inside for a ball. That one misses, ball 2. Elijah enrolled in medical terminology as a sophomore, looking to explore the medical field upon graduation. Faces a 2-0 count with 2 outs in the second here. Takes that pitch for a strike, 2-1.
Come on, Elijah!
If Elijah can keep the inning going, Trace Munoz waits on deck for the Rattlers. Here's the 2-1. That ball into the right center gap. And the center fielder, Schabel, under it. That one looked like for sure it was falling, but Schabel wrangles it up, and the Rattlers go down 1-2-3 in the second. So through 2 innings, the Jaguars lead 3-1. Keep it here on Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Up Network. All right, welcome back to Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Up Network. Unfortunately, technical difficulties are the name of the game today. So we've lost our video, but I want to continue to bring you the action of Rattler Baseball so that you can listen on at home. Pitching change for the Rattlers. Number 5, Andrew Wilson, now into pitch. He'll be facing the 2-3-4 hitters for the Jaguars, who enjoy a 3-1 lead. Andrew with 10 innings pitched and a 2-0 record this season. A .350 ERA with 14 strikeouts. Again, we'll probably see a good bit of switches up here today as both teams gearing up for their bi-district round following this game next week. Again, keep it here. We're going to keep audio going so that if you're watching from home, we apologize for the issues. Some of the weather has caused some issues. Some of our skeleton crew not here as that ball is grounded foul, strike 1. Selvin Garrett, the batter for the Jaguars. Here's the 0-1. Ball's hit into left center field. Elijah Ramirez, Nate Blanda converge. Elijah makes the catch. And there's one out in the inning. And that'll bring up their catcher, Ricky Montijo. Montijo has a .333 on-base percentage, one of their top hitters. He'll be aggressive at the plate. He grounded out to third in the first inning. So Wilson looking to go after him here. Here's the first pitch, the at-bat. Misses for a ball. So 1 ball and a strike. 1 out here in the top of the third. Wilson looks in for the signs, likes what he sees, and delivers. That misses also 2-0. Rattlers thought that was there, but the umpire disagreed. So Wilson finds himself behind 2-0. Here's the pitch. That one caught at corner, 2-1 now to Montijo. Tough inning for Wilson to get through, seeing the 3, 4, 5 hitters. He's 1/3 of the way through, though. Ground ball to third base. It's going to be foul. Gamboa was right there. So Wilson fell behind. Now evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. That one misses outside, ball 3. So a full count now to Montijo. Center fielder Thomas Schabel waiting on deck for the Jaguars. And it looks like, folks, we're going to go into a delay. We're going to go into a weather delay here. So if you're watching at home, we have lightning in the area. And so for player precaution, we have to go ahead and take a break. So we will hit this weather delay, and we will try to get our technical difficulties taken care of and bring you back to Rattler Baseball here on the Rattler Up Network. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Next time. Thank you, Brandy. I'll let you know I need some more tickets.
I'm gonna bring you the card this week because something's wrong with the